Hi, I'm Jérémy.
And I'm Ben.
Together we are 15 degrees north.
Today we're going to show you the sights and sounds of Agra. Agra is a small city in northern India, best known for containing one of the world's most beautiful buildings, the Taj Mahal.
Only a few hours from Delhi, visitors tend to visit Agra as part of a trip known as the Golden Triangle, flying in and out of Delhi and travelling by road to Jaipur and then Agra.
To understand this region, you need to understand the Mughal Empire. The building is nearly 500 years old,
Older than Versailles and the Hampton Court.
which makes it very old indeed.
The Mughals were actually from Uzbekistan, but during the 16th century they conquered large swathes of Central Asia, including a huge portion of India.
Over time they lost their homeland, so Agra became their capital.
The Mughals were Muslims, so the region's architecture began to evolve, reminiscent of that from Iran and the Middle East.
Similarly, Maharajas were replaced by emperors, and unlike the leaders of Jaipur and Jodhpur, the Mughals were relatively restrained when it came to matters of the heart.
And by that, I mean they cut back on their numbers of wives just to 2 or 3.
How very restrained of them.
As a result, the influence of the individual wives became stronger and their rivalry with each other more bitter.
At this fortress, the emperor had 3 wives, and each one had to be built their own separate court so that they didn't have to mix with one another.
And because one was Muslim, one was Hindu and one was Catholic, the styles of architecture in each are quite different.
Catholic?
Yes, she was Portuguese.
When you hear about royal families marrying off their daughters to create political alliances, you never think it'll extend as far as that from home.
Well, she got to live her Indian princess best life, and honestly, I reckon it was better than her Portuguese one.
I hope she enjoyed a good curry.
Well, who doesn't?
This is the Bulan Gate, which is the entrance into the mosque complex. Inside there are mausoleums, there are graves, there's mosques.
Yes.
It's one of the tallest gates in the entire world, and it would have been used by the public.
And it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Totally worth a visit.
Agra Fort was the main residence for the Mughal rulers until the capital shifted to Delhi in 1638.
So big that it's more accurately described as a walled city. The fort dominates the center of the city.
Probably the fort's most famous residence was Shah Jahan, whose reign saw the Mughals at their absolute height.
Aged 14, when he was still a prince, he became engaged to Mumtaz Mahal, whom he absolutely adored.
Due to astrological problems,
No, seriously.
the young boy had to wait 5 years to marry her. So in the meantime, he took a first wife and had his first son, but Mumtaz remained his true love.
They had 14 children when they finally wed, but while the emperor took a few more wives, it was to Mumtaz that his heart belonged.
So when she tragically died in childbirth at age 38, her husband was so bereft that he commissioned the grandest and most expensive mausoleum he could envision. That building would be the Taj Mahal. And this is what everyone comes to see, the Taj Mahal.
One of the most iconic buildings in the world, the Taj Mahal is made from translucent white marble.
Taking 22 years to build, it was finished in 1653 and sits on the bank of the river Yamuna.
So wait, what did they do with Mumtaz's body for 22 years then?
Well, she was temporarily buried elsewhere before moving her into the mausoleum when it was finished, and then they buried Shah Jahan beside her when he died 5 years after his masterpiece's completion.
So where are his other wives buried then? Did they get Taj Mahals too?
Nope, they just died.
Well, I think they should have had their own mausoleums too.
The world is deeply scarred by inequality. Some people get Taj Mahals, some people get bedsits in Salford.
And which people are we?
Well, I've already sourced my white marble for you when you die.
Well, that's so romantic.
Nowadays, the Taj Mahal sits in the middle of perfect landscaped gardens, but it wasn't always this way.
When the British Raj took power, they found the famed mausoleum sitting in a state of disrepair. It was extensively renovated in 1908, which included adding the rolling European-style lawns.
But you have to admit, she looks remarkable today.
One of the 7 modern wonders of the world, it is undoubtedly one of the most iconic structures on this planet.
And it absolutely lived up to its height. We were blown away by it.
Actually, we were hurricaned away by it.
That's not a word.
Maybe, but it illustrates my point perfectly.
Thanks for watching.
Be sure to like, share and subscribe.
And follow us on Instagram at 15 Degrees North.
Make sure to tune in to our next video to see where in the world we end up next.
See ya.
Bye!